Hi, welcome to your gentle yoga class. This is going to be a shortened version of the live class that I offer on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So please feel free to join us as you can. All classes are by donation and the information will be down below to donate as you are ready. So thank you so much for joining me and supporting these teachings. So we'll start seated. A couple of props that might be nice to have, and you can pause the video to grab them. You don't need a mat, it's just something soft to lie on. Could be a blanket, could be the floor. But if you do have a firm blanket or towel, that might be helpful for some of the poses for support. If you have a bolster or a firm couch cushion or pillow, that might be helpful as well. So this will be a floor-based class. And the goal for today, for this class, is we're under a lot of stress, right? Some of us are, many of us are, and we're all experiencing this in different ways. And so I thought we'd focus on the adrenals, which are just above the kidneys, little caps over the kidneys, which help to regulate our stress hormones. And so we'll be doing some squeezing and stretching and squeezing and releasing, I should say, of around that area to kind of give ourselves a little bit of love, kind of a hug for the adrenals today. So as you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. And if you're comfortable too, go ahead and close the eyes, or you can simply lower your gaze and allow the hands to rest comfortably on the legs. And we'll gently draw the shoulders up towards the ears and then softly release them back and down. Maybe we'll coordinate that with the breath. So as you breathe in again, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you breathe out, soften the shoulders down the back. Let's take that one more time. Breathing in, lift the shoulders up. And as you breathe out, soften the legs, soften the shoulders, and release. So we take a moment here to notice how it feels to be in the body today at this time. And ask the question, how am I feeling today? Are there any limitations or vulnerabilities to be aware of, injuries, aches? We want to be kind to those areas. And then allow the breath to begin to smooth and even. We breathe in through the nose and out through the nose if we can. And throughout the practice, we'll be intending to keep that breath as effortless as we can. And then when you're ready, we'll gently blink the eyes open and we'll come to lie down on our backs. So as you lie down on the back, simply let the legs come long, let the arms come down by the sides. So you could fidget and wiggle as you need to. And take a moment here to let the body settle. So just like we did seated, maybe as you inhale, fill up through the nose. And as you exhale, soften through the hips, soften through the shoulders. And one more time. Inhale, fill the front body. And exhale, let the back body release. And then we'll take the arms up overhead. They don't need to be straight. They can be as relaxed as you can. And we'll walk the legs over to the right. And we'll slide the upper body and the arms over to the right as well. So creating a little banana shape or crescent moon shape with the body. Let this left elbow be heavy. So hips and shoulders on the floor. And I like to take my left wrist with my right hand gently. And if you need a little more of a stretch, you can cross that right ankle over the left. And so in this style of practice, instead of extra effort, we allow time to unfold the pose, as well as the breath. And then let's uncross the feet if they were crossed. Draw the legs back to center. Lower the arms for just a moment. And right away, maybe noticing a little difference between right and left side. And then we'll go to the other side. So scooch the legs over to the left. Raise the arms nice and gently and slide the upper body over to the left. Again, you can grab right wrist or cross the left ankle over the right. And let this right elbow be heavy. That right hip, back of the hip in contact with the floor. Now using your smooth breath to let the pose unfold. Always welcome to close the eyes. This is very soothing to the nervous system as well, just to release that visual stimulation. Last breath here. And then we'll release, uncross the legs, bring them back to center, release the arms down. And take a moment here to feel. And now we'll reach up through both sides of the body, reaching the arms up and overhead, stretch long. And then as you breathe out, draw the right knee in towards your chest. Inhale, nice and smooth, reach arms and legs away. And as you exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. And we'll keep going from here. So it's not so much the movement, it's more about the breath guiding the movement. And this again is very soothing to the entire nervous system as we start to slow things down. And over time, throughout our practice, we may notice that the mind gets positively affected as well. Last round here, the left side. And then reaching the arms up and overhead. And then draw both knees in towards the chest, hug them in. You can rock from side to side and make these rocks nice and big, right? So over onto that right hip, getting a little massage, and then roll all the way across the back body over to the left. You can tap the elbow down to give you a little bit of a break so you don't tip all the way over. And then we'll come to the center, draw the knees into the chest, maybe lift the upper body here. And release the feet down. So we'll begin to activate in the back body as we bring the feet to the floor, heels close to your seat. You can shimmy the shoulders a little bit closer together underneath you. And then press down into the arms and the feet. And as you inhale, gently lift the hips. And as you exhale, gently lower. So we press into the feet, squeeze inner thighs and the glutes here to lift. And then exhale to lower. And keep going in your own pace, your own time. And then the next time you lift the hips, go ahead and stay. The highest hips, right? This is backing off to about underneath you. Sustainable engagement around the hips, the backs of the legs, maybe into the low back, and a gentle, smooth breath. Lift the heels, round down the spine, one vertebrae at a time as you lower. Lower the heels, walk the feet wide, arms come wide, and let the knees from side to side. So we built up some tension around the back body, and now we'd like to release it. Stress can kind of dip. And then we'll come back to center, heel toe the feet, and we'll gently roll to one side. And let's come up onto hands and knees here. So a little bit more squeeze and release around the back body. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Some gentle cat-cows as you inhale, lift the heart, the gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Back and forth here, again with your breath. And you may find that as the breath lengthens, you can slow this movement down even further. But again, allow the breath to be easy. Last couple rounds here. And then let's come back to neutral. Go ahead and bring your left hand in towards center. And as you reach that right arm out to the side and up, you can look down or look up towards that top hand. And then we'll dive that right arm underneath the left and look over to the left. So inhale, lift that arm, maybe lift the gaze. And exhale to twist. One more time, inhale, lift. And then as we exhale, we'll stay in this twist. So you may want to stay a little more upright here. You may want to start to bend that left elbow and lower right ear, right shoulder to the floor. And then place that left hand wherever it's supportive. Notice if you've shifted your weight over to that right knee, can you shift the weight over both knees as we twist? And then gently breathe into that right kidney area, sending your attention there. And then place your left hand firmly. Inhale, reach that right arm out to the side and up again. And then go ahead and release. Sway the hips from side to side a little bit here. And then we'll take the other side. So walk that right hand in towards center. Sweep your left arm out to the side and up. And then exhale. Dive, looking over to the right. A couple more like that in your own time. And again, allow this movement to be as smooth as you can. So these slow, smooth movements can, again, be very soothing to the nervous system. Inhale, reaching up. And then as you exhale, dive, and we'll stay. I'm going to stay a little more upright here for this round. You are welcome to lower that left ear and left shoulder to the floor. And again, shift the weight over both legs evenly. And send your gentle breath into that left kidney now, wrapping that left kidney underneath. Soften this right shoulder away from your ear. And then press your right hand into the floor, reach that left arm out to the side and up. And then release again. Wag the tail a little bit. And we'll bring the big toes to touch, let the knees come wide and press the hips back into child's pose. So you can stay a little more upright here. This is where a bolster or a blanket is nice if the hips or knees are tight. You can slide that blanket or bolster underneath the hips here and stay a little. You can stack the fists and rest the forehead. Maybe the forehead comes to the floor. And now find a breath to send deep into the low back, puffing up gently as you inhale. And then softening around the ribs, the low back as you exhale. And then let's go ahead and come on back up. You can move that blanket if you had one underneath the hips. And we're going to walk our legs back and come onto our bellies. Move this mic pack out of the way here. So we'll do a little bit more squeezing around the low back area here. Reach your arms down by your side, legs out long, and chin or forehead to the floor. So as you're ready, squeeze the back body, squeeze the glutes, the backs of the legs, and then inhale, hover the legs, hover the upper body, reach the arms back. And as you exhale, lower everything down. So inhale, lift the legs, lift the upper body, the arms, and then exhale, lower everything down. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the upper body. Exhale, release. You can stick with that or lift the legs, lift the upper body, the arms, and remain here. Okay, so we're trying to feel a gentle effort. There is effort in this pose. And we want the effort to be distributed throughout the entire length of the body. So if you're only feeling this in the low back, is there a way you can adjust so you feel the work distributed to the legs, even out through the toes, into the upper back, the backs of the arms, to where there's an equal amount of effort throughout the entire back body. And as you exhale, release, turn your head to the side. You can gently rock the hips from side to side here. Nice, and then we'll turn the head to center. And we're gonna roll over onto our sides and make our way up to seated. So we'll take a little twist here to, again, release any tension that those back strengtheners brought up. So find your blanket again, or your bolster underneath your hips. Bring the legs out in front of you here, knees bent. And let's go ahead and let the knees sway over to the right. You can tuck the heels underneath you off to that left hip, or if you like more space, you can kind of stagger the legs like so. Okay, so do what's good for your hips today. Changes from day to day. I'm going to take a little open twist. So as you inhale, ground into your sit bones and then reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, twisting over to the left and twisting over to the right. Just one more, twisting left. And then let's twist to the right and we'll stay. So release your hands. That back hand comes back behind you like a kickstand. And then gently glide your left hand on that opposite knee. So a very elegant pose. We want to keep the spine nice and tall. And feel the left side of the back kind of wrapping around and forward. You can look over this left shoulder, gently dipping the chin down, the gaze down. And find that steady, smooth breath. Think of wringing out any unnecessary stress or tension in a gentle way, right? And then let's lift the chin and release the pose. Hands behind you, bring the feet forward. You can gently sway the knees from side to side. Here, it's releasing. And then we'll take the other side. So again, the knees can be wide or tucking the feet underneath you or off to the right, I should say. And as you sit up nice and tall, this right hip will lift a little bit, that's fine, but feel like it's descending, okay? As you inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, twisting to your right and to your left. And we're just doing this to get a little bit more length. So feel like you're spiraling up as you twist. And then as you come over to the left, let the arms release and find a comfortable position for the arms. Now, if you have a long torso, you might place a blanket or a stack of books or a block underneath this back hand to give you a little more lift. And once you feel the spine nice and tall, you can turn the chin gently over that front shoulder, maybe drop the gaze. Again, this lowering of the gaze is another tip or trick to kind of bring the energy down in the nervous system, kind of soothe us a bit. And we'll breathe here for a couple of breaths, nice and easy. And now let's lift the chin, release the pose. Bring the heels back out in front of you, feet back out in front of you. A little sway. And then we're going to come onto our backs once again. And this might be where having your blanket or your bolster is helpful. Okay. I'll take a little bit of an extension. So laying down on your back, let your feet, just like we did a few minutes ago, let your feet come close to the seat. And we're going to take this folded blanket or your couch cushion or a bolster, make sure it's a comfortable height, and lift the hips just enough to slide that blanket or soft pillow underneath the hips. So it doesn't need to be high for this practice to achieve the benefits. The hips. And then from the body, the palms. Gentle breath out. Feel the feet get a little more set or grounded. Feel the hips settle in the head settle into the floor. Stay here in this pose and explore. Allow time in your breath. Unfold the pose. You can lengthen one leg long and then the other into. This is why we want the blanket to be fairly not deep. We want the fold to be fairly small, the height for this pose. And so find as much ease as you can. Allow the legs to be soft. Make any little fidgets or wiggles that you need. And once you find your pose, or your first expression of the pose, and then find some stillness and allow the breath, smooth, easy breath. And just about 2 to 3 more breaths here. You're always welcome, if you're doing this practice on your own, to remain in these poses a little longer. The benefits to the mind become practice, right? And also to the body, the nervous system can be fairly profound as we allow time and smooth breath. And so for now, we're going to come out. If your legs were straight, go ahead and engage the low belly and start to bring it to the floor and then the other. Move your prop out from underneath you. Pull the hips down, and then let's widen the feet and let the rest. And oftentimes you will note that the benefits or the effects of the pose come, right? So it's pretty key to take a resting pose in between the postures. Nice, and then from here, go ahead and heel toe the feet back to center. Heels close to the seat. And again, just let the knees gently sway from side on the left. If you'd like to take those bigger, draw the knees from side to side. Go back. All right, so from here, we're going to roll over. You can start with either side. We'll do both sides. We're going to come up onto our elbow and our forearm. If this is not comfortable for you to come up onto the elbow, you can do this posture laying down, kind of propping up your head here. But if you can, it's a little bit of a deeper release in the lower part of the body here, closest to the floor. So when you're ready, we're going to draw our bottom foot towards our seat and reach this top hand back to grab it. Now, if you have a scarf up over here or a belt, you can use that tool to reach back for the foot. But otherwise, if you can grab your foot, go ahead. And then we're going to sweep. I have a dog in front of me, so this will be fun. We're going to sweep this top leg forward and rest it on the floor. So try to let that leg be straight. I'm going to try to tuck underneath his belly here. And so from here, now you've got the setup for the posture. Now go ahead and let the lower body soften. And what we hope to feel is a sensation in the underside here, this right side of the waist, as we soften and release. And breathe into what you feel. And last few breaths here, if you'd like to let that ear move towards the bottom shoulder. Notice yourself breathing nice and smooth. It's easy to hold the breath in this one. And then let's bring the head up, press into that bottom arm. Go ahead and release the foot without slingshotting. And then we'll come back to center. So we're going to switch to the other side. So switch how makes most sense to you. Go to the other side here. And this side may look different, right? So either propping up on the forearm or resting your head in your arm here. Bend that bottom leg, reach back for the foot with anything you've got. And then we'll sweep this top leg forward any amount. And then from here, start to let the lower waist soften. And there is a bit of effort, right? There's a bit of effort in this bottom arm to keep the shoulder away from the ear as we let the hips soften, the waist soften towards the floor. And for me, I feel this sensation get a little more intense over time. So sending breath into those areas where it's a bit intense. And if we move past our ability to breathe smoothly, then we start to come out of it. So no pain, no sharp pain, tingling, shooting pain. We don't want to feel any of that. Last few breaths, you might let the ear drop towards the shoulder. And then release, bring the head back up, gently release that bottom foot. And we'll go ahead and roll over onto our backs. And we'll stay there this time. Yay. So have your blankets, your props nearby. As we roll down draw the knees into the chest. Again, that beautiful massage along the low back from side to side. And then placing the feet flat to the floor, walk the feet out wide, let the knees touch in towards center. And we'll release the arms away from the body, palms face up. The arms can be wide, but let them be lower than the shoulders. And make your adjustments here as we take just a brief Shavasana. Of course, you're welcome after the video ends to stay here. I highly recommend it. A 9 to 12 minute Shavasana is ideal. Gently flutter the eyes closed or soften the gaze. And we'll take the next 30 seconds or so just to wiggle, fidget, and find your perfect for now final resting pose. And then as you're ready, finding stillness, know that you can move at any time and yet rest in stillness when you can. We'll take a full inhale through the nose, fill the heart, the rib cage, and the belly. And a sweet exhale through the mouth, soften the belly, the rib cage, the heart. Keep going. Inhale through the nose, filling up down to the belly. Exhale sweetly through the mouth. Feel the back body sink. One more, 1 to 2 more. Filling up. And then exhale to release and let go. Allow your breath to come back to its natural pace. We'll allow just 1 minute here. Feel the entire body resting. Every exhale, a little deeper letting go. Every sweet inhale, drawing fresh energy into the body, into the nervous system, soothing the mind. And again, you are encouraged to remain here as long as you can. If it's time for you to move on with your day, begin to slowly, gently deepen the breath. And make some small movements in fingers and toes. You can gently rock the head from side to side. And take a long stretch like you're waking up from the best nap. And then roll on to the right or the left side. Take a moment there. Rest your head in your arm or on a blanket. And then use the hands. Head comes up last. Use the hands to come up and find your nice tall seat. So allow your hips to be supported, your spine nice and tall. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down as you let the eyes flutter close one more time. And just take a few moments to notice how it feels to be in your body at the end of your practice. And notice any changes you've cultivated in your breath, in your mind state, as a result of your efforts. And as we draw the hands to heart center, universal gesture of gratitude, we offer gratitude for our mind, our body, our breath, for bringing us to and through this practice. And as you move forward with your day or into your evening, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, a deep peace in your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me. You're welcome to blink the eyes open, return as you're ready. So thank you for joining me for this short practice. Again, if you're looking for an extended practice and live, join me on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for now. Online, I can send you the Zoom link, just drop me a line, all by donation, and all are welcome. So thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.